hope you are fine. It's me, Michael Sidari Santa, and welcome you to our channel, Afghan Jelebi Michael Sidari Santa. As a title, you know that today we are roasting Almas in what topic? Okay, now, well, I was roasting another person who was financial minister of India, but the project would be on the next next schedule. But now I am focused on the current roasting topic to roast Alma Jacob. Well, our roasting topic is Orthodox Jewish rabbi on European Christians. Okay, now let me have a 1 minute opinions. Well, nowadays here is a massive problems in Europe. Well, the problem is two-sided. Well, as one side, Muslim are rising day by days, but it was not problem if European Christians converting themselves as a Muslim in a brotherhood love of for Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, it was okay. But the problem is that several Muslims are being migrated to Europe, and they want to establish their Sharia law. Okay. Salam. Who is this? Skyer Chapman. Oh. Well, Salam Skyer Chapman. I hope you are well. Here is one side, and massive populations of Muslims are migrating from Asia to Europe. Particularly, they are migrant from Bangladesh, Pakistan, Syria, and Lebanese, and they are settled in Europe. And now they want to establish their Sharia law in Europe, particularly England. On the other hand, there are some Christians, pastor or Christian bishops, who were in the missions to erase our enlightened systems. Where in the base, England is the sixth economy of the world with the best capital income, and Germany is the best economy of the Europe with the best capital income. And here, and in the points, Christian pastor or Christian bishops are jealous of their scientific Europeans. And now, Alma Jacob providing misinformation or I would like to say, she is promoting hates against the European enlightened people. I mean the European educated people who were supporting Israel. Now let's check for it. And now, okay, who are you? I am Michael Sidari Santa. Okay, and Parha Shahnawaz Dawla. Okay. Well, you have a beautiful comments. Well, here is my last options, and now let's find on the case. Mm, and now I am muting this because it was the last points, and now uh, okay.
वेलकम 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 वॉचर्स, मैं हूं मास जोकर। आप देख रहे हैं रबाई क्लेम्स मसाया विल ओनली अपीयर आफ्टर द डिस्ट्रक्शन ऑफ यूरोपियन क्रिश्चियनिटी।
Okay, and now, well, here is a title of Alma Jacob that she says that ra- well Rabba, Jewish Rabbi says that when European Christianity has been destroyed, our Messiah would come. Well, here is the topic of Alma Jacob. And now, let's see what is the interesting topic. Okay, just see it.
अजीजों, इस वक्त यूरोप में एक क्लिप बहुत वायरल हो रहा है जिसमें क्लेम किया जा रहा है कि इसराइल में ऑर्थोडॉक्स यहूदियों के रब्बाई डेविड टोइडू ने अपने एक सरमन के दौरान कहा है कि यहूदियों का मसाया यूरोप और मसीहत के खात्मे के बाद आएगा। अभी इस पर यूरोप में डिबेट चल रही है कि आखिर रब्बाई डेविड टोइडू ने ये बात कही है या नहीं कही। लेकिन अगर देख
Okay. Well, here is a point. Well, Almas Jacob said that here is a rabbi named David Tuidu. Well, I don't know about David Tuidu and what is the exact points. Well, uh, okay. According with Almas Jacob, David Tuitu says Messiah would be land on earth when every corner of European Christianity would be destroyed. Well, and now in topics, it would be seem to me that it is a misleading topics Alma Jacob provided just to promote hate against European Jewish because here nowadays in there we have a several examples that Christian pastors or the religious Christian community is the culprit to invite Muslims to migrate on their own land and when the massive populations of Muslims from Syria, Iraq and Lebanese and Bangladesh are migrant to European countries like England, France, Germany, and Spain. Christian pastors has no problems because inside a Christian pastor believes that these Muslims are good rather than the educated European Christians. Okay, now let's see the second points. Okay,
देखा जाए तो रबाय डेविड टोइटू ने ऐसी ही एक स्टेटमेंट 2013 में भी दी थी जिसमें इन्होंने कहा था कि इस्लाम्स राइज इन यूरोप इज एक्सीलेंट न्यूज एज द ब्रूम ऑफ इसराइल। मतलब यूरोप में इस्लाम का बढ़ना इसराइल के लिए अच्छी खबर है क्योंकि वो इसराइल के लिए झाड़ू की तरह यूरोप में सफाई करेंगे, मतलब मसीहत का सफाया हो जाएगा। तो इस
oh my Adonai. Here is the second misleading points from Almas Jacobs. Okay. Now here I would tell you that what is the points. Well, here is the points. It is me, Michael Cesar Di Santa, and it is my wife, Joanna Petra. Okay, and now I would like to tell you that what would happen. Okay. Well, now, okay, you can tell some points. Well, now here is my points. I am writing why. Well, here is conflict against and conflict B to in. Here is conflict between Israel. Oh, here we have two points. One point is the conflict between Israel and Iran, and the second point is conflict between Israel and Palestine. Okay. Now, let me see. Israel-Palestine conflict is a long-standing and complex struggle rooted in historical, political and territorial dispute with significant humanitarian implication for both Israeli and Palestinians. Okay. Well, now, well, here I have to say one thing. Well, the first thing is that Israel is a Jewish country. On the other hand, Palestine is a Muslim territory. When there is conflict between Israel and Palestine. Okay. And here we can say, here we can say the several points. Muslims has not only a hateful mindset against Christians, but the hateful mindsets against Jewish community, Hindu community, and the atheist community. But sometimes, when they are minority in some province, well, they are to establish the secular law in on their province. In secular law, Well, Muslim this community deserve the particular the same rights of justice as the same right of justice a Christian majority or an atheist majority or an Jewish majorities or an Hindu majorities can accept. Well, now here is the in secular law when there is two okay now good morning sir shukran habibi. Well, when there is 2 points there is a criminal case perhaps a gender violence case between Christian men or and the Muslim women according with secular law. Just 40 minutes. What is the lesson today, sir? Oh, not it is not just lesson, but it is here that topic to roast Almas Jacob again in the topic of the European Jewish versus European Christians. Well, Almas Jacob says that when European Christians would be destroyed, European Jewish would get the Messiah. It is the points Almas Jacob said. Okay. Well, and here now let's see about on the topics. Okay, the other topics we can say it. Well, where am I? In the criminal case with secular law. Well, as a demonstration, here is a gender violence case between Christian men and Muslim women in Russia. Well, here Christian here is a province in is the case is on in the province of Russia where Christian population is 75% and the Muslim population is 25%. Well, here it is the red case between Christian Russian men and Muslim Russian women. Well, as a secular law, well, Muslim women desire that there would be the case. The case would be justified that when the Christian man is actually rapist or not, and when the Russian Muslim woman is actually rapist or rape victim, here is a neutral way for secular laws. Okay. Well, it doesn't matter for me even the Orthodox Christians would exist, church would exist or not, but I would believe that Orthodox Christian community should be removed. Well, I would tell you on the some few minutes. Okay. Here Christian Russian men and Muslim Russian women. Here is a neutral way in secular law to justify if the Christian Russian man is rapist or rape victim and the Muslim Russian woman is rapist or rape victim. But Well, here I want to say a particular provincial state of Russia, and the state is Chechnya. Well, in Chechnya, Muslim Russian majority is 90%. Well, and here the problem we have encountered is that in Chechnya, the Muslim provincial state of Russia, here when the rape case is on court between a Christian man and a Muslim woman, well, there would be considered as a Sharia law. And according with Islamic Sharia law, well, if you want to say someone as a culprit on the court, you should contain four male, four witness as man, or 8 witness as women. Okay. 8 witness as women. Well, and now the problem is that sometimes the in the rape spot, I mean the gender violence spot, well, in the radius of 1 kilometer, let alone humans, dogs and their dogs and cats does not exist. Well, but according to Sharia law, when the Muslim Russian women submit 4 witness as a Russian man to have a statement that Christian Russian man has a gender violations against the Muslim Russian women. Well, and when in the gender violation spot, well, 1 kilometer diameter, let alone humans, their cows and dogs and cats does not even exist. Well, the Christian Russian man could not find any evidence to prove himself innocent. And as an effect, the Christian, the verdict in the rape case is against the Christian men in the Islamic law, because the Muslim Russian women brought four witness as a Russian man. Well, and that is the fault of Islamic law. Okay. Well, in Islamic law, that would be Islamic law is evil for every corner of the world. And now, here we can see the and here it is an impossible, that is not possible for me to believe that a Jewish rabbi can say that have a wish to destroy European Christians by the migrant Muslim from Syria, Lebanese, uh, Iranian, and Iraqis, and Yemeni, and Bangladesh. Okay. Well, now let's say about a Christian country named England. Now, as the government of England, the Prime Minister is Keir Starmer. Okay, but the problem is that here, who is the corruption minister of England according with the calendar of 2025? Well, according of the calendar of 2025, the well, the corruption minister of England is Tulip Siddiqui, the princess of the Prime Minister dynasty of Bangladesh from 1971 to 2025. Well, Tulip Siddiqui's maternal grandfather is the father of Bangladeshi nations. Well, Tulip Siddiqui's maternal auntie is the current Prime Minister of Bangladesh. Well, and Almas Jacob says, well, that is Israeli Rabbi's plan. Well, if that is Israeli Rabbi's plan according with Almas Jacob, well, I would like to say that Almas Jacob contains brains as pooing organs, as in pooing organs, because here we can say well, according to Almas Jacob, establish Tulip Siddiqui, the daughter of Bangladeshi Prime Minister dynasty, as the corruption minister of England, is a plan of Jewish rabbis. Well, Almas Jacob forgot that when Bangladeshi Muslims would establish in England as a bureaucrat, their first step would be they want to remove the Englander Jewish community from every corner of England, and then they want to establish the Islamic community in England. That would be the Englander Muslim community where, well, the present generation is a permitted citizen of England, but the father is the birth citizen of Bangladesh, or the mother is the birth citizen of Lebanese or Iranian or Iraqi or Yemeni or Palestinian terrorist or Somalians. Well, and when accordance with Almas Jacob, when Jewish rabbis' wish would be complete to destroy Christian community in England, before the starting of that, Englander Jewish community would be removed from England, and that is not in the knowledge of Almas Jacob, and that is the great thing. Okay, and nowadays, recently we have a live stream, three live, perhaps we have three live stream where we have said that a Muslim country, Iran, is a national security threat for China and for Russia and for North Korea. Okay. Now, to remove Christian community from England, well, Islam migration is a stupid idea, but according with Almas Jacob, this is the plan of Jewish rabbis. Okay. Now, I would like to say something for that. Well, brother, do you believe that Boast, Horlicks, complaints, and Bonvita are good for health? Okay. Well, Boost, Horlicks, complaints, or Bonvita can be healthy if that is the company would follow the rules accordance with the national food controlling associations or the national food controlling countries ministries. Well, without food controlling, you are talking about Boost, Horlicks, Complan, or Bonvita. Well, without food controlling governmental associations, well, even our generic bread or the generic rice is not healthy for us. Okay, now let's have the next points. But before that, I think I have to stop the ceiling fans because it is noiseful.
से इन यहूदियों को बहुत सुकून मिलेगा। रबाय डेविड टोयटू की अभी रिसेंटली स्टेटमेंट भी कुछ मुख्तलिफ नहीं है, बल्कि और क्लियरली ये बता रही है कि ये मसीहियों के बारे में क्या ख्यालात रखते हैं। दे आर वेटिंग फॉर क्रिश्चियनिटी टू एंड। उसके बाद इनकी छुई मुई जो इनका मसाया कहीं पर छुप के बैठा हुआ है वो सामने आएगा। इनको किसी
Okay. Well, just for 2 minutes. Well, here I have a 1 minute, and the point is that Almas Jacob says, according to the Jewish rabbis, when Christianity would be wiped out from the world, their secret Messiah would be revealed. Well, I don't know if their secret Messiah would be revealed or not, but it is clearly that the Christian Messiah is not good for us because as a Christian, as we are containing some Christian teachers in Bangladesh, here is our points. The point is that here we got a points, and the points is that we have several times of the that where of the period where Christian in medieval times Christians pastor or Christian bishop of the every corner of Europe believe that geographic solar systems. Well, where according with science, science is proven the heliocentric solar systems. Okay, but now I have a topic on I have a black hole centric solar systems, and but now it would be called as galaxy. Well, black hole centric solar system is real. Heliocentric solar system is real, but the European medieval Christian archbishops believes that the geocentric solar systems. Okay, and now I would like to focus on the points. Uh, Perhaps I am wasting the topics. Okay.
इसे खतरा नहीं है अजीजों सिवाय मसीहत से, क्योंकि मसीहत इनके शैतानी मसाया को एक्सपोज करती है और उसकी पहचान का नंबर भी बताती है, जो कि 666 है.
Okay. That means 666 is the satanic number Christian Bible exposed, and according with Almas Jacob, Christianity is the threat for Jewish. Okay.
और अगर देखा जाए तो इसमें भी अगर ये कामयाब भी हो जाते हैं मसीहत को खत्म करने में या उसको कम करने में, तो भी ये खुदा के कलाम की पेश गोई है जो कि पूरी होती है. खुदा के कलाम में लिखा है, लेट नो वन डिसीव यू बाय एनी मीन्स, किसी के धोखे में ना आना, फॉर दैट डे विल नॉट कम अनलेस द फॉलिंग अवे कम्स फर्स्ट, क्योंकि वो दिन नहीं आएगा इससे पहले कि खुदावंद का दिन आए, यानी यीशु मसीह की दूसरी आमद हो, पहले बरगश्तगी होगी. एंड द मैन ऑफ सिन इज रिवील्ड, और गुनाह का शख्स यानी मुखालिफ मसीह जाहिर हो. द सन ऑफ परडिशन हु.
Okay. Now I believe that the 2 Thessalonian Bible chapter number 2 verse number 3 to 4 is somehow the true, but it is not the true ayat according with the explanations of Almas Jacob. Well, I would like to say some things later.
Opposed and exalts himself above all that is called God or that is worshipped, so that he sits as God in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. यानी मुखालिफ मसीह खुद को हर खुदा से जिसकी प्रस्तिश की जाती है बड़ा बनाएगा, यहाँ तक कि वो खुदा की हैकल में बैठेगा और खुद को खुदा डिक्लेयर करेगा. अजीजों, ये रबाए ऑर्थोडॉक्स यहूदियों की जमात खबाद लुबाविच में लेक्चर भी देता है, और ये सिर्फ इस जमात की सोच नहीं है बल्कि 80% यहूदियों की सेम यही एक सोच है कि मसीही बुत परस्त हैं और इन्हें कत्ल कर देना चाहिए. खुदा के कलाम में
Okay. Well, here perhaps I would have 2 minutes, but well, in the points, and now I would like to explain, and now it is the points where my explanation is the necessity. Okay. Here, my explanation is necessity in the points, as we can say. Okay. First of all, I would like to say, uh, as a first point about the Christian. Well, where Christianity? What is the Christian history in England? Well, uh, England became a Christian country in almost 10th century. Well, before that, they can be a Christian country, but they are not recognized as a country. Well, but as a country, till in 10th centuries is the calendar where England is recognized as a Christian country. Well, now what is the name is from England? England is named from their country name Anglo land. And what is Anglo? The meaning of Anglo in their language, that is angels. That is Malaika. Well, okay, and now it is the puns. But now I would like to say the negative sides of Christian. Well, I would like to say the negative sides of the Christian church in England as a history. Okay, and now, well, okay. Now, where is my solvations? Okay, here we have a solvations. Well, the Great Plague of London. Well, the Great Plague of London, lasting from 1665 to 1666, was most recent major epidemic of the bubonic plague to occur in England. Well, it is called the Black Death. Well, okay. Now here we want to say that is not a proper points. Uh, in the late 1664, a bright camel was seen in the sky. The people of London became fearful, wondering what evil event is portends. London at that time was a city about the 444 acres surrounded by a city wall in that originally built for the keep out to Reading brands. Okay, and in the south by River Thames. And now, okay, and now here is a point I would like to say. Well, the okay, the relation on between the relation between, well, here is spelling mistakes. Well, uh, and der Christian Pastor and plague. Well, well, here, okay. Now, here the search engine would submit the not of clear points about the relations between England, the Christian pastors, and the plague. Okay. Well, their contribution including pair, Hamas, theoretical. Okay. Well, now we know that why plague would occur. Plague would occur when there is no cat to kill the rat. Okay? And now here I am trying to well, and here we have just for 2 minutes I would like to say something. Okay. Did mass cat killings help speed the Black Death? Okay. It is a probable point. Well, and now here I would like to say, so here is the articles snops.com. Well, did mass cat killing have the speed of Black Death in the Middle Age? Well, now let's see. Accordance with European folklore, if a black cat crosses your path, you have run out of luck. The association between strolling feeling and terrible misfortune comes from the tradition of witches familiar, a small animal essence, often a black cat. But accordance with some social media posts, the connection between black cats and paganism runs a bit deeper. This post claimed that during the Middle Age, cats were considered as satanic and evil because of a 1233 papal decrees. So Europeans ran out the cat across the continents and dispersed them in mass killing. But the cats has their revenge from beyond the grave. The pest control prowess would have led a fewer rats has population not decrease, and in the next century or two, more cats and fewer rats would have saved people from the Black Death, the most devastating outbreak of the outbreak of plague in recorded history. But okay, and now Box is Rama is the real documented written as in letter in the year 1233 by Pope Gregory IX. Pope Gregory IX. Because of the historical importance of Pope, the document is extensive classified, uh, and under the classification system, Box of Rama is considered as papal decretal. That is the letter written by Pope whose purpose was clarify questions about the administration and punishment. Some sources, but not all, the strongly refer to the document as paper ball. Okay. Now, here, now let us see. Well, this is the black cat. When it walks on night street, you can see that only her eyes is shining. Okay. Hence, accordance with Pope Gregor IX, here is a probable that cats are considered as a disguise of witch. Okay. Now, well, now here I would like you to tell. I would like to tell you some things. Well, in these times, here is an in the Christian, in the medieval Christian Europe. Well, there is a secret movement for enlightenment. Well, as a secret movement for enlightenment, well, here we can see there are several European scientists. You can say the Italian scientist Galileo Galilei, Poland scientist Kepler Nicholas. He is perhaps Poland scientist or Dutch scientist, I don't know. But they have observed the solar system is not operating like we read on the Christian Bibles. And where what is the and what is the machine? The machine is just a telescope. Well, we cannot say about the binocular or the microscope. It is the telescope. According with telescopes, well, Christopher Kepler or Nicholas Copernicus, developed telescope on to observe the space as they can, and certainly here we have a meteoroid or asteroid seen on the sky. Well, some Christians says then, wow, this Dutch man is a great. He could kill the star from the sky. Well, that was the Christian belief in medieval Europeans. Well, that was the Christian belief. Well, now what is Jewish beliefs? Well, Jewish are already out of their practicing religious beliefs. Now their belief system is going on the scientific way. Well, and now when somebody realized the Kepler Nicholas Copernicus or the Christopher Kepler does not believe the Christian God provided by the European Archbishop. Well, they called him a gender changer person. Well, and the European, the Dutch Archbishop developed a rumor that the Nicholas Copernicus or Christopher Kepler were women as their birth. They changed their gender, well, so that they can stay against medieval Dutch Christian archbishops. Well, and here that was the negative points, and it's backfired on it fired on the Dutch scientists who were a real man, but they have a fake accusations to be a gender changer man. And here is and that was the problems. Well, in that point, the geocentric solar system was established in the Christian society in England. Well, according with 600, the calendar of 1666, well, the Archbishop Society of England decided that they have to kill every cat from their countries. And what is the effect? Well, the evil effect is that rats are being out of control, and as an effect, here is the greatest plague in London. It is the two pandemic that it is two pandemic in that times. Well, it is two pandemic in that times that half of the Christian population of England has been erased. Okay. Now let's assume there is present population is 60 million. But when in 1665 if there is no theory against cat to be the weapon of witches, perhaps in the today time, England contains the populations of 120 millions. Well, and here that is from that times, Christian pastors and Christian bishops are being headache for England society, educated society. Well, we know the Newtonian gravitational law as we know the physics. Okay. we know Christian educational law. We know the Newtonian gravitational law as we know physics. Well, accordance with physics, when both of me and Almas Jacob would be on space, well, Almas Jacob weight is 120 kilograms and my weight is 60 kilograms. Now tell me who orbit whom? Okay. And now here we got a dangerous circumstance as nobody could expect. Okay. Well, here you can say zero signs. Okay. Mama Lona. Okay. And now, well, well, but now here we can say something like points. Well, here I would let me allow to have a seat. Well, okay, now well, well, as we scientific person, every of our scientific person follow the geocentric, and it is a science say. But according with Almas Jacob Bibles, here is an points. The points is that okay. Here we got the scientific, and the point is that Earth orbits around the sun, and here, well, you can see the planet orbitation is not a proper way. But what about heliocentrism? Is heliocentrism every planet orbits around the sun in the proper way? And here Isaac Newton gravitational law has been proved. Okay. Okay, but now, well, and now let me have the points. Okay. Now I would have some points. Here. Okay. Well, I would actually agree with the biblical ayat Almas Jacob represent. But here the explanations of Almas Jacob is a crystal evil. Well, here we can find the crystal evils. Here we can see as a point. Because of Isaac Newton, now we our American greatest astronaut uh, society, NASA have a successful Apollo 11 missions on Moon in 1969. But the problem is, that Almas Jacob say something negative about the Apollo 11 missions. Okay. Actually, Kerset like Gaurav Thakur could have a doubt on the Apollo missions. What is the process of Apollo missions and what is the limitations of Apollo missions? Well, Kerset would, in the base of that, if Kerset like Gaurav Thakur would say the Apollo mission 11 mission moon is fake, that is okay. But what would be the base? The base would be that, Apollo mission would be launched by space rocket with the velocity of 36,000 kilometers per hour. Okay, or 36,000 kilometers per second, I don't know. Well, 36,000 kilometers per hour. But they did not understood that, here we can see NASA would launch Apollo 11 mission with a rocket where the velocity would be 72% velocity of light. But the factual velocity of Apollo 11 space rocket is too slow. Well, in the case, even NASA would believe that, Apollo 11 mission moon is perhaps fake because velocity is slow. Now here in the present times we have highest velocity technologies. Well, we can try it. It's okay. But what about Almas Jacob? Say Almas Jacob evidence? Well, it was in a video in the channel of Fact Almas Jacob Live. Okay. But now you cannot see that video on her live because perhaps she has deleted the video or she has reported the video. She has private the video because nowadays we humans are still awake and still has aware against Almas Jacob propaganda. Well, Almas Jacob propaganda. Well, but in that times, the gravitational force, the Newtonian gravitational law was enough only to prove that our solar system is heliocentric. Well, when our solar system is heliocentric, it would be okay it would be scientifically proven. But Almas Jacob does not believe in science. She believes in a biblical verse. Okay. And now it is the because of Almas Jacob, now European are being aware that Christianity is dangerous for European proper educations minute by minute, and that is the main problems. Okay. Well, we have, and here we can see the points. Okay. Now I have a topic of Allah. Okay. Oh my God, right. Okay. But we have forgotten about some things. But there is a Christian point. We can take it out. Okay. Now we are going on the second events. Well, James Watt invented the heat engine, and James Watt invented James Watt discovered the equation of the kinetic power. Okay. Well, in the times, okay. Accordance with the Christian church educations, well, you would never learn that how can you face the gravitational force when you accelerate a particular measurement to operate your car in your particular velocity as you want. Okay. Now, here are the points when we can say, just for 2 minutes. Well, now it's over for us. Well, I don't know what would be recently for that. Now I'd like to have a rest for some moments. Well, here, well, now let's focus on Almas Jacob evidence on NASA to be fake moon landing in 1969. Well, according with Almas Jacobs, well, when Neil Armstrong has successfully land on the moon in the real time in 1969, then why the night sky is still without stars? Well, as we know that every night, every night has a visible stars in our naked eyes or telescope eyes. Well, and according to Almas Jacobs, well, in the photo of Apollo 11 moon landing, there is no sky. Well, there is no star in the night sky. And as in Almas Jacob assumptions, that perhaps